Hello students, so I am a teacher from JAWA, which I'll be handling physics for you people. So the first chapter which we are starting with is force. We come across several cases in our daily lives where we apply force every day. So it becomes necessary to know what is force and how it moves a body. So starting with the two types of motions, translational motion, rotational motion. So for a rigid body, when acted by a force, it can only be moved or turned linear or in rotational way. That is, the motion of a body can either be in linear or in rotational. So let's start with the first case, linear or the translational motion. So what is linear motion? Linear motion is also called rectilinear motion or translational motion. It is a one-dimensional motion along a straight line and can therefore be described mathematically using one dimension. That is, it is 1D. That is, it is related to one-dimensional. It is one-dimensional motion. The linear motion can be of two types: uniform linear motion with constant velocity or zero acceleration, or non-uniform linear motion with variable velocity or non-zero acceleration. When a force is applied on a stationary rigid body which is not pivoted at a point, it is free to move, the body starts moving in a straight path in the direction of the force. That means it is one-dimensional motion. The body moves in a straight path in the direction of the force, and hence this is called linear or rectilinear or translational motion. Suppose you take a ball lying still on the floor and you apply a force on it and it starts to move in a single dimension, and that is known as linear or translational motion. This is a simple example. So next moving on to rotational motion. Till now in linear motion we saw that when a body is not pivoted at a point, it starts to move in a single dimension. But what if the body is pivoted at a point? If a body is pivoted at a point and a force is applied on it, it does something interesting. It starts rotating about the axis, passing through the pivoted point. So if you apply a force to a body, it starts to move perpendicular to the force or line of action of force, that is through the axis. This type of motion is called rotational motion. So for rotational motion, it is important to know about skew lines, and as you know, skew lines is not in our syllabus, but to know about them is very important. It is related with this topic. So what are skew lines? The lines which do not intersect, which are not parallel and are 3D, are called skew lines. And when do you think a body rotates if a force is applied on a body? So there are two conditions for a body to rotate, that is to undergo rotational motion. The first being, the body should be pivoted at a point, and the second, if there is a plane containing both line of action of force and axis of rotation in the same plane, the body never rotates about its axis. It means if the body and the line of action of force or the force, if they lie on or at the same plane, the body is never gonna rotate. So what are the conditions for a force to undergo rotation? The first one, the body should be pivoted at a point, and the line of force and the body must be skew lines. which means the force should not be in the plane of the door to create door or body to create rotation. And very importantly, the direction of rotation of a body depends on the direction and the point of application of the force applied. So we have just discussed about linear motion and rotational motion and what are the conditions for it.